Over this ocean. 1607, Jamestown. 1620, Plymouth Rock. This way we came. We the people. We crossed the ocean toward an unknown land. Here was America, the sea, the sky, and the continent. We came in search of freedom, but there were dangers in the deep woods, and nowhere to put in a plow. Our only roads were the flooded rivers. We were alone. But we took hold. Out of oak and pine, we built a house, a church, a watchtower. We crossed the first hills, and there were mountains beyond. We cleared a field and built our first settlements. But every winter brought death, cold months and little food, and many died of fever. We planted our bodies and our seeds in these fields, and there grew up a colony of free citizens. Here on this stony seacoast, we founded liberty. We built liberty into the beams of our houses. We made states in the green wilderness, Virginia, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Carolina. We, the plain people, plowmen and pioneer, lived and fought and dreamed a new kind of nation, a new kind of life, under a new sky, free of all tyranny. Lexington, Valley Forge, Yorktown, 1776. We had to defend our freedom with arms. Independence. In the midst of battle, we declared our independence, taking courage from the greatness of our country. These are the times that try men's souls. Tyranny like hell is not easily conquered. We fought a 7-year war. Our freedom took shape. We spoke our deepest needs through the lips of heroes. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. The voice of Thomas Jefferson, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among them are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And so we proclaimed a new word. In this brotherhood, America began, one nation indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The immigrant hungry for bread and for liberty, the brave and the persecuted, the pioneer in the Kentucky forest. We established a Bill of Rights, and led by Lincoln, we fought a civil war to extend those rights to the whole people. Slavery shall not exist. No law bridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble. In the name of liberty, we opened the roads to the West. We crossed the Blue Alleghanies, the Ohio, the Mississippi, the last ranges of the Rockies. We took freedom with us. More than a word, it was an axe to clear the continent. New resources, new power. We came in millions toward the machine. We forged wheels out of coal, out of iron ore, out of rushing water. Wheels for a new country. America growing. Machines and people. 3 million, 100 million, 130 million. From every country in the world, we came toward freedom, toward life, liberty, all men created equal, and the pursuit of happiness. The old words, the historic documents, we built them into bridges and dynamos and concrete cities. Freedom, happiness, not always a fact, but always a shining hope. Freedom, a way of living and of looking at life. The frontiersman part of it, and the cowboy part of it, and the steel rigger and the sailor. Democracy, fought for and built into the steel girders of America. We struggled 300 years and took freedom as our inheritance. More than a dream, more than a document, the Bill of Rights meant a way of life for all Americans, for a Michigan farmer working his own land.
Whoa! Who wants to see your pop? The feed man? Huh? Well, who is it?
man in a big new car. Mom says to come right away. Ma, one man's got a diamond on his finger. Shiny as anything. You ought to see.
You stay with the horses.
I never saw them before. They wanted to know if you were Mr. Hill.
Can't deny that.
Then they asked me if you were the Mr. Hill that spoke up at the farmers' meeting last night. And I said, you bet. Fred, invite me into a bite. Is that you, Fred?
Man's farm invaded, his liberty attacked, the right of free speech denied to an American. It happened in Custer, Michigan, September 1934. Never heard of it. People never heard of it. 20 miles down the river, people in the next town, going their own way, taking the Bill of Rights for granted, unaware of what happened to one man far away. People in American towns, busy with work, children, and what's for supper. In Hartford, or Troy, or Dallas, or Cleveland, Ohio, spring day in 1936.
Mister. Will you let me in, mister? It's late.
Again. It happened again. They say it was a union there. Nothing in the newspapers. Wasn't on the radio. Don't understand it. New York, Chicago, Cleveland, Fort Smith, Arkansas. A country church used as a meeting place by Negro and white sharecroppers. It was midsummer 1936. They wanted 10 cents more for their cotton, just enough to live on. They held a meeting. The sheriff deputized 15 men.
Come to the back door. Get him! Let him off! Let him off! Let him off! Stand up. Over this way, Phil. That's him. There.
and some are going overhead. The dusty and the burning sun over my head. Burning sun, go down. Been working on the land so long, I know it like it was my own. Work it on when I'm weak. Work it on when I'm strong. Work it on so the morning and the evening sun, and some are going on. The South in July. Cotton country. 2 men dead on a road in Arkansas. A road far away, another valley. The long afternoon kept moving across America. Getting cool, supper time. Few knew and few remembered the sudden acts of a hidden enemy, the rights of plain Americans destroyed. Darkness blotted out the violence of the day. The sharecroppers hunted in the Arkansas swamp. The organizer killed in a rooming house. The farmer struck down on his own farm. And night erased them all for 130 million Americans. Another day began. Open the window, hear it coming. Here's another new day. Everyday coming up the avenue. Morning on wheels, American day. It was Thursday morning in 1,000 places. Friday morning. Or Monday morning. Lift up the window, what's for today? Maybe hot, but probably cool. No special day, but turning out wonderful. Morning on wheels, American day. These are the ones, the innocent ones. Never hurt anyone, never could. Little people, unaware of powerful enemies. Little people in the towns, the suburbs, the smoky cities. Was America waking up? Was every day in the year? The eyes of children watching a bright world. Sunlight in the house. And what's for breakfast? The faces of morning, multiplied by 1,000,000. 1,000,000 streets waiting for the touch of people. Millions of ordinary people who take the Bill of Rights for granted. Early this morning I heard that whistle. Wake up, brother, wake up. Gonna ate my breakfast with the sun in the window, saying hello, a wonderful day. Friday, Tuesday, early morning, weekday, workday, any morning. Early this morning, I heard that whistle. You-hoo, brother, you-hoo. Got a place to go to, and I guess I better hurry. Morning on wheels, American day. Today and every day, going in pursuit of happiness, going to work, pushing forward to a fuller life. Here was the Bill of Rights again, the feeling of security, the faith without words, the simple rhythm of millions of people going every day to bring the machines to life. Abundance. Take the abundance of it. The things that are planned and made and delivered. Milk and shoes and iron and gasoline and overcoats and kitchen chairs. Things we need every day in the week. Made by the people. Who else? Proud of our hands and our skill and a quick eye and the strength in our backs when we come to need it. Making locomotives and airplanes, tanks and kilowatt hours. Thousands of products made at the same time. Work going on all over America, digging into the ground and building into the sky. Here in the heat and noise of these shops, a new kind of person was being molded. A new kind of American, no longer alone, but working with others, working together on the same assembly line, the same machine, the same product. The new factories, the new industries, the mass production of goods for 130 million Americans. That takes cooperation. That takes the adjustment of man to man, of job to job. Many men turning out a single car, a single tank, accomplishing a single task. They learned to work together, and therefore they had to learn to think together, to move together, to act together, to grapple with the tough problems of the 20th century. The word brother, the word cooperative, the word union. America took up stronger than ever the idea of community action, tenant leagues, public forums, committees, clubs. The idea of union took hold of the American people. These were the new pioneers. Facing a new frontier, they put the Bill of Rights into action. Here's what they wanted with the Bill of Rights: bread and butter, and old age pensions, and health insurance, and the 40-hour week. Yes, they were confident, overconfident. Democracy, every day in the week. The pursuit of happiness, they'd put it in the union contract. They felt their own power. They had come out of the Depression. They had plans. Yet this man's name was on file in an office building 600 miles away. Ordinary building, lobby as usual. Typewriters, telephones, file cases, ordinary business. Hello, good morning, good afternoon. Dear sir, my dear sir, we trust, we firmly believe, in a position to handle with a minimum. Delivery somewhat delayed. Arrangements which you will agree, we are sure, most satisfactory, most satisfactory. 2 dozen little giant gas grenades, XXX. 1 Thompson submachine gun with 3 additional magazines. A complete line from undercover men to riot guns. Assure you, we are entirely confidential. Trouble is our business, so to speak. Entirely confidential. The phone rang and a man was bribed. Traps for weak men. Good openings for criminals. Behind the front of everyday business. Conspiracy against the lives of innocent men.
What happened?
It's a lie.
Let me at him!
Hey, quit shoving.
Let's take a look.
It's a lie.
Hey, pipe down, boys. That guy's a fool. He's got a deep down. Harry's in the open.
What did he do?
Get away from the door, Joey.
What did I tell you?
How about it, man?
You can't.
Nothing yet.
I wouldn't pull a thing like that. I'm a good union man.
I seen him, plain as day.
Hey, fellas, I think they found something. What do you know about that? How do you like that? Yeah, that's your way out of it. Come on, let's go. Stop pushing. What are you doing? All right. Go get him, Art. Come on. Hey, Art, get in there. Get in there. Boy, Art.
Max, stop. What do you mean he's stuck? Listen to me.
Harriet, this guy's number, all right. A number 1 rat. Writing names and notes of the meeting on the inside of his vest.
Bring him out here, Mac. We'll fix his wagon. How do you like that? The guy sits in a union meeting. Bring him out here, Mac. We'll fix his wagon for him. How do you like that? A guy sits in a union meeting.
I'll kill that louse.
You would be both.
Okay. That's what he deserves.
Bring him out here. Come on, let's
Now, wait a minute. We know who planted ground here. What do you want to do, play into the hands of the company? Fine thing to read in tomorrow's paper. Worker beaten in Union Hall. That'd be a swell way to give our union a black eye. Why, they'd smear us left and right. Just what they're waiting for.
Oh, but Mac, this guy is sitting right alongside him.
Now, let's keep order. This is a meeting. I want to make a proposal. All those in favor say aye.
Aye!
Okay, line up. Bring him out, Harry. Now walk.
And walk slow.
Take a good long look. This spy was sent in here to break up the union. Put our names on the blacklist. Get us thrown out in the street. Once a stool like this is known, he's washed up. So look at him good. Take a good long look. And never forget that Fink's face as long as you live.
My vest.
Get it on for him.
What he needs is a straight jacket.
Give it to him, Gordon.
His name on it, that's what I say.
Sure had your eyes open that time, fella.
Boy, Harry, you ought to pass a vote of thanks. I mean it.
What a performance! Say, this Harry's a great actor. And then he says, I seen him plain as day. And then he pulls every last button off my vest. Real tough. Just like Humphrey Bogart in the movies.
Okay, Jim. Next stop, California. Get your money and leave tonight.
Sunny California. Oh, boy. Well, so long, Harry. So long. Keep buttoning up. You'll rise high in the labor movement.
Good work, Carlisle. You did a very good job, and the company appreciates it. You're going to go far. We're giving you a little bonus. Now, if you'll just sign there, the cashier will take care of you on the way out. We want you to get to work on your next job. Now that they've made you vice president, it ought to be quite simple. We want the who's who.
I want to quit.
They'll never let me get it. I want to be let out. The whole thing's dynamite. Besides, it's in the safe. They'd never let me get near it. I can't get it, I tell you.
Not bad. He is a good actor.
You said it would only be a little checkup on efficiency for the stockholders. You got me in too deep already. You gotta let me out of this.
Funny thing, Carlisle. Joe here was just telling me about a former employee of ours out in Akron. Was picked up the other day with internal injuries. Had a hemorrhage. As I always say, loyalty is the best policy. I advise you to keep that in the front of your mind.
Harry's okay, Chief. We'll get it. You'll get it, Forrest, won't you? Try it.
Come on there. Toss that ball down to second base. Ow. Oh, he's smiling. Look. Harry. Hold it, baby, will you? What's the trouble? Speak up.
Who's going to go to bed now, Ooh. Oh.
You get in touch with the others. Meeting will be the same place. I'll be over soon. Harry's here with me. Harry! Harry, come here a minute, will you? What's up, Mac? They broke into the union hall, turned the place inside out. They get anything? Not what they're after. I have the membership book right here. Look, Harry, I want you to take it. These boys mean business. They're likely to try here next. You take it. You're a new officer. They won't suspect you. Hide it in your room for a few days. Okay, Mac. You're right. That's right. I'll take it. It'll be safer with me. I'll walk over to the hall. See what's what. Oh, Mary will give me the devil for not taking her to the movies. Look, Harry, tell her I'll be back early, will you? Take good care of it, boy.
Leaving us?
Mac asked me to tell you he went down to the union hall. No need to worry. He'll be back soon. Well, bye-bye. You know, I haven't got a lot of time. I got to get to that meeting. If I had it, wouldn't I give it to you? Hey, that cost me $20. I like music. You wouldn't think a guy like me would pay that much for a uke. Don't you guys trust anybody?
Okay, Harry. No hard feelings.
I tell you, I haven't got it.
Boss comes up to me with a $5 bill, says, "It's here's a whiskey, boy, and drink your fill. Get thee behind me, Satan, travel on down the line. I am a union man, going took me out to dine. Says, love me, baby, leave your union behind. Get thee behind me, Satan.
About 3 p.m., I saw Manetti and a welder they call Frenchie. Talked about the new piecework rate and said plenty. It's made them all feel mad toward the company. They're talking union. The company found this very useful. Your reports are very good. Very good. Very complete. Invited to the union meeting held in a house at 11 Elm Street. Getting regular headquarters soon. I joined up quick. Sit down. You make me nervous. Harry Carlisle, K217. Signed, K217. McComb likes me. We had beer together. McComb's a regular one-man radio station. Thanks for the $45 January. P.S. Received $40 for December. July the 12th. Supper with the McCombs. Says that by September, the union will be strong enough to stop the speed up. While I was playing with the baby, a phone call comes saying that the hall was robbed, but they didn't get anything.
What are you doing? What are you going to do?
I thought maybe the boys at your union would like to see your reports.
Give me a chance to think.
You got it. You had it all the time, you dirty chiseler.
On the 4th of July, the politicians say, vote for us and we'll raise your pay. Get thee behind me, Satan. Travel on down the line. I am a union man, gonna leave you behind. So then the company union sent out a call. They said, join us in the summer, we'll forget you in the fall. Get thee behind me, Satan. Travel on down the line. I am a union man, gonna leave you behind.
Harry should be here by now.
If anyone should ask you your union to sell, just tell him where.
I gotta go. They're waiting for me. It's nearly 8 already. It takes 20 minutes to get there. I can't do it. They'd kill me. Put me in the hospital.
What do you suppose they'll do when they read these?
They'd know it's me. They'd put the finger on me.
When you come across, we'll double it. Well, Harry?
You gotta give me protection.
Sure. Sure, they won't know anything about it. We do this every day in the week. Stop sweating. When I fix you up, they'll think you're St. Francis. Well, what do you say, Harry?
Come, all of you good workers, good news to you I'll tell of how the good old Union has come in here to dwell.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
My daddy was a miner, and I'm a miner's son, and I'll stick with the Union till every battle's won.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
They say in Harlan County there are no neutrals there.
What's happened to Harry?
Harry! Hey, call Mac.
Hey, Mac! Somebody's
Watch out for his arm.
Hey, now take him a little. Mac, take a look at him.
Let me see him, boys.
Right.
They stole a membership book. All the names.
They stole a membership book.
Bought and paid for. One spy in a key position. One act of betrayal. One list of Union names. Bought and paid for. Macomb J, Manetti F, Moore B, Smith G, Petrosky F. One at a time. Fire 10 this week, 10 more next week. Big business. Industrial service deluxe. Spy to spy agency to employer. Attention, plant superintendents. Attention, personnel. Stamping department. Shaft number 7. Crude oil division. Confidential memorandum. Form 26A. Following action effective at once. Machado Antonio. Occupation, machinist. Married, yes. Children, 4. Not to be rehired under any circumstances. Perkins Arthur, age 23. Dependents 2. Call at cashier's window. Grossman, William. Report at once. Reason, insubordination. Reason, economy. Reason, none. Steel worker, salesman, bookkeeper, month after month without a job. New Orleans longshoreman, Detroit tool and die man. It's all over. You're through. Blacklisted. Where was the right to organize? Where was the Bill of Rights? Here's how we tore up the blacklist. Here's how we smashed the spy system under our feet. We fought the secret payroll. We won back our rights as Americans. We reorganized. We went on the march. No more fear in the streets. No more meetings in the dark. We carried our names in the open air. 1,000 new members a day. 2.5 million new people never organized before. Organization. A new declaration of independence for the people. More than a weapon for democracy, the unions grew to be the center of people's lives. A place to go to. A chance to go on a boat ride. A place to laugh and dance. A place to bring their wives and kids. Life, liberty, yes, but also the pursuit of happiness. We cleared the poison out of the air. Money for shoes and meat and oranges, baseball and sunshine, job security, and $1 billion more in wages. The people were on their way once more. Unions were doubled, tripled in 1 year. Spies could not stop this wave of organization. You can blacklist a whole people. The auto union started with 30,000 members. In a year, they had 400,000. Textile alone organized 500,000. Steel and coal added up to 1.25 million. Here in their organizations was the new strength of the people. AFL and CIO and railroad brotherhoods. Millions of little people banded together to protect each other. Millions of little people like Frank Mason, a grocer in Memphis, Tennessee. His neighbors were union people. He shared their interests, helped them organize, contributed money when he could.
Watch out. Careful now. It'll break.
We hear you've been giving your money away again. This is an open shop town. You don't seem to learn. Pay your bills and get out of town. Hey, kid, want a plum? Here. What's the matter? Go on, taste it. Nice and juicy. Your friend wants you to eat it. Here.
You leave that child alone.
Your friend don't live here anymore. Get wise. Don't get in the way.
"20 years in Memphis. Raised a family here. Pay him a little visit. Teach him what's what. Keep it secret. Spring it on him. Coming out of nowhere. Find the key man. The best organizer. The man you can't buy. Murder one man, frighten 1,000. It's technique. Get the whole county in the palm of your hand. Pick up the pool room sharks. Give them a badge. Citizens Committee. Plenty of whiskey and brand new riot guns. Break up the unions once and for all. Ambridge, Pennsylvania. 2 union members dead. Brooklyn, New York. There had been a peaceful demonstration. San Francisco. That's the stuff. That's the technique. The open shop's the American way. Mobilize the respectable elements of the community. Rights? We gotta have action. We gotta have law and order in this fair city of ours. Anybody talks about rights, slap them down. In the state of Florida, in the state of Pennsylvania.
In our own town, on our own streets, there are 2 men dying in the county hospital. But we cannot turn our faces aside. They are our brothers. They were gathered in peaceful assembly. And that was their right. They were unarmed and unafraid. And they were met with cold-hearted, brutal attack. I'd been advised to say nothing. Powerful and respectable people in this community have come to me, have phoned to me repeatedly, have urged me not to deliver this sermon. That would be easy, perhaps, but I will not be guilty of such silence. This crime has been with me day and night. I've longed for Sunday to come, the Lord's Day, that I might speak out from the height of this pulpit. There's been too much silence. This armed assault against the sons of God must be called by its name. It is sin. It is contempt for human life, the worst sin of all. There are men with high office in this community who would silence brave teachers, violate our free elections, write injustice into law, all in the name of patriotism. Men with great names have hired criminals, have paid weak men to spy on their brothers, have expended secret money to set Christian against Jew and white against colored, to brand every immigrant a dangerous enemy. Why, they would even fingerprint Jesus the carpenter of Nazareth if they could. We must grapple with this evil thing before the forces of darkness arise with fire and sword to break down the very doors of our church. Today, now, we must speak, act, vote, protest before it is too late.
On the road north of Tampa, Florida, the night of November 30th, 1935. Joseph Shoemaker, Eugene Poulno. These men were leaders of the modern Democrats. They had almost defeated the Klan in the city elections. They had dared to enter progressive candidates in the primaries, pledged to smash the political machine of the KKK. Shoemaker and Poulno, and a third man, Dr. Rogers, were dragged from a meeting earlier this evening, arrested by the police, held without charge, and then released into the arms of the Klan. Here was treason in America, the face of fascism. KKK, Black Legion, Associated Farmers, Silver Shirts, Christian Front. Lies, torture, blackmail, lynch law, Dr. Rogers tarred and feathered, ministers, teachers forced from their profession, open terror, and secret persecution. Whatever their mask, these forces hated one thing: the practice of democracy. These crimes could no longer be hidden from America. Meetings were called everywhere. The news spread from city to city. It was a slow thing, this anger of decent people. Each protest had 1,000 roots. Men blacklisted for years, people who lived in the valleys of fear. They turned their tragedy into action, put their plain words on paper. Letters, resolutions, telegrams. One message to Washington, Frisco to Washington, Jersey to Washington, Birmingham, Akron to Washington. It was we the people, speaking out loud. We were sick and bitter and angry. We wanted facts. We wanted action. Vicksburg to Washington. Tulsa to Washington. Boston to Washington. Seattle to Washington. That was the thunder of our voices, demanding that light be turned on these hidden crimes. In the 76th Congress, a resolution was passed authorizing an investigation of the violations of civil liberties and the rights of labor. Bad news. Bad news for the big shots, for the spy agencies. Rumors of Senate subpoenas. Bad news for the tear gas salesman. Not in today. Out of town. Correspondence, never keep it. Business, strictly cash. Don't answer unless you have to. Strike breaking, never do it. Stool pigeons, never use them. We'll never know the full story. We'll never know all the facts. They destroyed the dates, the names, the figures. But they were too late. The bags of waste were subpoenaed by the Senate committee. They sorted out the millions of scraps of paper, documents, letters, receipts, evidence on paper and confirmed by witnesses, checked and rechecked, 65 volumes of testimony. Bit by bit, a patient reconstruction of a crime. A single steel company possessing 500 revolvers. Vice president of a national union revealed as a Pinkerton spy. It began to add up. The technique of terror, the arithmetic of fear. Unseen. A plan with a single aim. Backed by billions of dollars, by the resources of the biggest corporation. This conspiracy entangled the whole United States. But it was kept secret till the Senate committee turned on the light. Spies. The Senate revealed the spies of a secret war. All over the country, planted in every local. 41,000 labor spies, an $80 million payroll. The Senate revealed the existence of private armies, armies of criminals, organized for a secret war in every state of the Union. Armed vigilantes, strikebreakers, company police, paid by private corporations. Private arsenals. The Senate revealed private arsenals of tear gas, shotguns, machine guns, for a war against Americans. Millions of rounds of ammunition, millions of dollars spent in secret. And a system of nationwide propaganda used to attack progressive legislation. Newspapers, lobbies, the radio, full-page advertisements, extending across the whole country. Propaganda, arsenals, private armies, spies. The Senate exposed the secret connections, the interlocking parts of an immense conspiracy, directed by a handful of fascist-minded corporations. Here was a criminal conspiracy to undermine the Bill of Rights, to weaken the strength of Americans, exposed to the light of day. The American people had won again. Their enemies could no longer operate in disguise. The newly won rights of the people, collective bargaining, unemployment insurance, were backed by the strength of organization. Democracy was coming back. Memorial Day, 1937. The lilacs were gone. The roses were in full bloom. Living Americans honored the dead, the memory of those who declared independence, the men who fought against human slavery. Memorial Day, a moment in the history of the Bill of Rights. A day of flags, flowers, and trumpets. A summer holiday. Memorial Day, America without fear. Sunlight all day, a cool west wind, and millions of people in the public parks. Time to rest, time to be happy. What do people want out of life? Not very much, not too much. Enough to eat, and a family, pay the rent, and some kind of future. A holiday of rest and play, and no thought of danger. At that moment, out in Chicago, 2,000 people walking toward the Republic Steel plant were blocked by the police. The mayor declared peaceful picketing would be permitted. These facts were proved. An act of fascism. 10 killed, 90 injured. The act of a desperate minority. The dead were all shot in the back.
He was a fine man. I'd like to say a few words in the way of goodbye. Hard to know what to say. Never thought I'd come to carry Whitey down here. We were the same as brothers. Everybody considered we were brothers. They started firing at us. I saw him fall down. When I saw it, I didn't believe it. To take away a man's life. Shouldn't get away with a thing like that. He had a right to go on that line. He was the kind of man who stood up for his rights. We don't forget that. Never.
No. We don't forget this ground. The blood that has run into this ground. How many times? For 300 years, there were wounds and sweat and battles without names. We remember Jefferson and Adams, Jackson, Frederick Douglass, and John Brown. America forged in the heat of battle. We fought for liberty in every generation. We don't forget our victory. Freedom, won step by step in a struggle of 300 years. Out of a raw continent, we created a new world. We, the people, laboring all these years, pushing the frontier back from ocean to ocean, plowing freedom into the dark soil. We defended our valleys against all enemies. We fought to make America the name for liberty. City and farm, we organized millions to unite the people, to make the Bill of Rights a reality, to make the nation strong. We pushed forward the horizons of our freedom into the 20th century. We built liberty into the beams of our houses. The House of America, which we will guard against every enemy within and without. Here we put the life of 300 years, the dream, the work of 300 years, our fruit and our harvest, our states full of farm. We set the foundations of our cities on the rock of the Bill of Rights. And yet today our liberty is in danger. The freedom we have won from enemies abroad must be saved again from enemies within. Once more the old enemy rises to threaten the four freedoms, the rights of all Americans, every creed and every color, to a job, a home, adequate food and medical care, the right to bargain collectively, to act for the greatest good of the greatest number, the right to live at peace, unthreatened, threatening no one. Today, these words must become deeds. For there has never been a moment in our history when Americans were not ready to stand up as free men and fight for their rights.
We don't forget that. Never.